Hello, my name is Elijah Wells and today's review is Spider-Man No Way Home. And yes, I am back at my parents' place for Christmas. The story is Peter Parker, literally right after the events of Long Way Home, is outed by the Bugle as the true identity of Spider-Man, shock horror. Of course, his life gets turned upside down after a lot of misinformation comes about his misadventures in London after he killed Mysterio and a bunch of other people again in London. So after an institute or an educational institute in Massachusetts turns him down, he wanted Doctor Strange to turn things around, not just for him, but for all of his friends. But Doctor Strange says, okay, for this to happen, people are going to just have to forget you. So, of course, a really cautious and really overly stressed out of his mind Peter Parker's like, what about MJ? What about my aunt? What about Ned? And what about this and that? Of course, he ends up botching his spell in the process. And there's some unintended consequences. Which leaves Peter Parker with some visitors from alternate dimensions. Knowing that I've actually seen the film like a couple of days ago and knowing how incredibly spoilerific the movie is and how much spoilers I'm just going to give out, so I'm going to be as gentle as possible. I'm basically walking a tightrope. Like, I'm just not going to say any spoilers at all, since I think it's going to be like Infinity Wars or Force Awakens, where you're going to be completely screwed. You're going to get completely screwed over if you intentionally reveal any spoilers. So I'm just going to be really careful out there. So wish me luck. What really sticks out for me from the movie is that it does a lot of fan service and it does it like really well. I think I think it is showcased particularly in trailers where Doctor Octavius from the original Sam Raimi Tobey Maguire trilogy, he does come back, as well as most of the villains from that era of Spider-Man, being the Sam Raimi Tobey Maguire ones and the Mark Webb Andrew Garfield era Spider-Mans. And of course, there is this weirdly ethical thing that Doctor Strange explains, that they have their own fate. Like they're all defeated by Spider-Mans. So if you're gonna have to send them back, you are going to basically inadvertently kill them. So there was this big sequence where Spider-Man goes into Doctor Strange's dimensional field, which involves New York and involves Grand Canyons and a lot of like subway trains. And of course, the sequence is pretty brilliant, even though Doctor Strange is sadly left out for like 20 minutes until he does eventually come back for the final battle. The movie is visually nice to look at as well, but I think what runs it home for me is it's basically that everyone pretty much has a second chance, particularly the villains. Like, what led them to completely go down the villainous route, just basically giving them a second chance, of course, and also giving their own characters like MJ and Ned. After Spider-Man inadvertently screwed up their chances after his misadventures in London. I think the one criticism I probably have for the movie is when the villains get sent back, like back to their timeline, back to the dimension. Like, I was kind of a little bit confused. Like, are they going to like completely retcon like their respective film series by accident, or are they going to like rewrite the series? Basically, what happened to Tom Holland's actions again? What happened in this movie? Is it going to like indirectly affect the other films as well? Even though I think they're like series that have ended already. So yeah. The performance of Benedict Cumberbatch and as well as Tom Holland is brilliant, and so is Zendaya as well. And I also really like the direction and as well how the movie like visually looked for this time. All in all, I actually really liked the Spider-Man as well, because it's definitely one of the more emotional and one of the most dangerous, like the movie that feels the most dangerous for Spider-Man. I feel like the one that has the most stakes put into it, the one that feels more like it's not less of a standalone movie and more of an homage to the previous film series that came before it. And it's also a movie that is like it's really for the fans, and fans are gonna love it back for it. So I'm feeling an 8 to a 9 out of 10. Like, I really like this movie, and I recommend you watch it, even though Marvel fans will probably watch it as well. And this is Elijah Wells. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and this is Elijah Wells, and bye.